As a large format graphics printer, you rely on having the right tools to move, amaze and delight your customers with innovative creations. To be faster, to be different, to be more competitive and more flexible, to tell unique stories. At Canon Large Format Graphics, we believe in the power of a visual world. We share a passion for printing. We are dedicated to making you stand out. With over a century of experience, a world leader in professional imaging, with a global network of expertise for visual communication and industrial printing. Together with our partners, we develop new print technologies and products to inspire you even further. Together, we're shaping tomorrow, supported by your feedback. Experts working with experts, accelerating innovation.
Welcome to the online launch of our newest UV-Gel wall-to-wall family member. My name is Wouter Deers and I'm the Sales and Marketing Director for Canon Large Format Graphics in EMEA. And I will guide you to today's program. And thank you for joining today. And I'm excited to be here at Canon Production Printing in Venlo, the Netherlands. And we have something unique to show you today. In the next 45 minutes, we will see how the large format graphics world is ever changing and which new opportunities there are for you as an ambitious player in this market. And we are so proud to show you an exciting new product, a product which will allow you to expand your business in large format graphics wall-to-wall printing. And I can imagine that you will have some questions. So we will host a live Q&A at the end of the session. And please submit your questions in the chat box during the event, ideally in English. And we will try to answer as many questions as possible live today. So please stay with us for the next 45 minutes and witness the world premiere of the newest Colorado family member and discover which business opportunities it brings to you. So to summarize, expand your horizons, expand your business, and now enjoy the event.
With our latest Colorado UV Gel printer, we are going to give you a tool for the future. But before we look ahead, let's take a look at the past. Years ago, Canon started working on a strategy to bring more value to the large format graphic arts market. We didn't want to come with a copycat solution, so we knew we had to invent something radically different. We introduced a completely new ink technology, UV Gel. With unprecedented productivity and automation, segment-leading image quality, and excellent application versatility, the UV Gel technology offers the speed and productivity of a high-end industrial machine. A technology that combines the benefits of eco-solvent, latex, and traditional UV in a single machine. In 2017, we introduced the first 64-inch roll-to-roll real production printer, the Colorado 1640. We observed that there was a gap in the market when it came to printer hardware. The Colorado 1640 was the world's first real production printer in the 64-inch segment, known for its 4 pillars: breakthrough productivity, unattended printing, low operational costs, wide application range. In 2019, we released the Colorado 1650. We added more features to the machine, made our ink more stretchable for a bigger application range, and introduced the unique Flex Finish curing technology, enabling a matte and a gloss finish without changing ink or media. In 2020, we introduced the UV Gel Wallpaper Factory, a unique solution for mass-customized, automated wallpaper production. To date, more and more printing companies, sales and media manufacturers, and the partner channel have adopted UV Gel technology as their first choice for their roll-to-roll offering, and print volumes are skyrocketing. We see that professional printers around the globe embrace the UV Gel advantage to produce highly durable, odorless, and instantly dry prints of consistent high quality with a wide color gamut at breakthrough speeds. This Colorado printer platform has proven to be a safety net for graphic businesses around the world, and professionals are considering it to be the technology of the future. And now, we are going to take the power of UV gel to the masses. We want to make it easy for everyone to start their day with the UV gel advantage. Are you ready to expand your horizons and be part of the worldwide product premiere of the next UV gel family member?
Hey everybody, I'm Chris Walewens, International Business Developer for the Colorado series of roll-to-roll printers. I'm standing here in Canon Production Printing in the Netherlands, the headquarters, and I'm honored to show you today our newest family member. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen, can I present to you the Colorado 1630? What a unique unveiling, and what a great way to have a first look at the Colorado 1630 printer. It's our newest member of the UV Gel Colorado series, and it means it has all the proven characteristics and values of that Colorado series in it. We made it with a little difference. We built it up in a modular way. More about that later. This is the youngest member of the Colorado family, and I dub it, it's our baby. But that doesn't mean it doesn't have all the characteristics in it like a true UV gel printer. As a matter of fact, it does. It holds all the unique features of our patented UV gel technology that are so beloved by the high volume print houses and the graphic arts professional. Just now we made it available to a wider and bigger audience. I just call it our new baby, but that doesn't mean it's a toy. On the contrary, it weighs a healthy 700 kilos or 1,500 pounds, and it's printing at a max speed of more than 110 square meters an hour. And right now it's printing at a high quality speed of about 30 square meters an hour. So that's really high productivity, really fast. Let's take a closer look. Now let's have a closer look at the machine and let's do a walk around tour. So this is our new Colorado 1630, a 64-inch production printer. And if you're familiar with the 1650, you might recognize a lot. You might actually recognize the frame. And indeed, you're right, it's exactly the same. This is the 700 kilo or 1,500 pounds steel chassis. This is heavy metal. It's industrial print, it's production printer. The color of the paneling is a bit different because it's a new printer. But actually it's a true UV Gel Colorado printer with all the benefits. You see the two beams, unique for the UV Gel concept. You see a very large, user-friendly touch panel interface. It's a lot of productivity on a compact footprint. Let's go around the back where I show you some more details. Okay, so now we're at the back of the machine, because this is Colorado 1630, Colorado DNA. This is how it works with the UV gel printers. You load the roll of fresh material in the back, then you print it, it comes out the front, and when it comes out, it's basically ready, instant dry, ready to be finished. With the Colorados, we got a unique loading system. We actually put it into a drawer. If I open it up, you see actually that the 1630, there is place for one roll and optional also a second roll. So the way this standard works is, have this one roll, you put the media on there, you guide it in, it automatically spools it up. When you close it, it spools it up over the print pattern and it can start printing. Optionally, with the 1630, and this is the modularity that I was talking about earlier, you also have a second bay, a place to put a second roll. If you choose to activate that second roll, and it's an option, where you like it, you can do it. If you don't like it, then you don't do it. Then if you then close the drawer, actually the two rolls are online, and you can actually start printing from the first roll on the self-adhesive, if I remember correctly, printing it. There's a cutter in there, it can cut it, spool it back into the drawer, and then spool up the second roll. That second roll is an option. If you want it, it's great. If you don't want it, well, then you don't pay for it, basically. So this is how the Colorado 1630 is set up with a media handling system. So completely automated, and when talking about automation, there's actually a lot more to tell. Automation. Automation is in the heart of every Colorado we make, and the Colorado 1630 is no different from that. So standard, by default, it comes packed with automation features. Just to name a few, the automatic media tracking and the very ingenious nozzle detection system. All of these secure a bendingless print at high speeds. But that's not all. Also, the maintenance is completely automated. So your operator doesn't have to babysit this one. So if you're familiar with the Colorado 1650, a lot of what I just said might sound very familiar to you. And you're right, the two share a lot of similarities. So now let's concentrate what sets the two apart. What makes the Colorado 1630 so unique? Well, the Colorado 1630 we position below the Colorado 1650. A bit slower in speed, but also very friendly priced for such an industrial, high volume and high capacity machine. And with the Colorado 1630, we're bringing the UV gel advantage to the masses. Let's now talk for a moment about the ink, because the Colorado 1630, our new baby, has of course UV gel running through its veins. If you take a closer look at the bottles, you will see it's actually UV gel 460 ink that's in there. That's the same ink that you find in the Colorado 1650, and that's the ink that is beloved by the market, accepted, and that is able to handle a wide and unique application scope. One thing you might notice is actually the bottle size. And indeed, with the Colorado 1630, we're making the UV gel ink, the 460 ink, available in 700 milliliter bottles. Why is that? Well, basically with the Colorado 1630, we're bringing the UV gel technology to the wider market, making it available for more companies to buy into. Companies that might today not have the volume of a 1650 yet. And together with the concept of modularity, choosing your options that you need and might opt for later on, we're actually enabling you to expand your horizon and to scale up your business. Okay, now let's talk about this concept of modularity, because this is unique with the Colorado 1630. We designed it from the ground up in a modular fashion. What does that mean? Well, you can start with the base model, which is already feature-rich, packed with functionalities, and then you can actually, at the time of purchase or maybe later, you can add modules, you can add functionalities on top of that. And one of those functionalities is, for example, the flex finish option. It's our unique curing technology, which allows you to, with the same ink, that UV gel 460 ink, allows you to print a vibrant, high gloss, poppy way of printing, of finishing. But at the same time, with that flex finish, you can also do a very velvety, smooth matte look. So that's an option. Second thing is actually the second roll. Remember when I was behind the machine, when I opened the drawer, that second bay, that second roll, that's available as an option. Some might like it, some might say, I do not need it. That's the second one. And the third one is the double-sided functionality. We actually have a very precise double-sided registration system. So that one, together with printing on the inside of the roll, that's also an option. And depending what you choose now at the time of purchase, or maybe later as your business evolves, this is something that you can add on top of it. And it's important to mention that these options and these modules, they're actually field upgradable. So you can choose them and they're field upgradable. And actually what's more, it's remote upgradable. So you don't actually need a service visit. So that makes it very easy and you can adapt as you go. So that way you don't ever have to say no to a customer or a job again. That was it for the short demo tour around the machine. Now I want to talk to you about applications, because in the end that's what everybody's interested in. What can you do with the machine? And I have a lot to show you, but we have limited time. So it's going to be like a race around the room. We prepared some applications and I'm actually going to take out my vest. I've been looking forward to this. And let's follow me. Okay, and now I want to talk to you about applications. Applications is the name of the game. Basically, that's what makes our industry tick. I have limited time and I want to show you as much as possible. So let's go. Okay, first thing I want to show you here is a banner. Basically, this is an indoor banner, lockout material, printed on the Colorado 1630 in a beautiful gloss finish. High color gamma, poppy colors, ideal for visual communication. Right, that's it. Now let's go to the next one. Here, same application, but then for the outside. This is outdoor banner, different material, and this one is actually printed double-sided, and it's finished as a pole banner. As you can see up there, our inks, easy to be stitched through. You can easily weld them, no problem with that. Different type of banner. Here, this is a pop-up banner for pop-up advertising, printed on a polyethylene film. This one has a matte finish to it. And indeed you see here the cassette, typical way of finishing. Okay, now I find myself on a floor graphic. Everybody knows this application and everybody does this with UV gel because you don't need to laminate. Basically our ink is very robust. I could do a song and dance here, but for everybody's sake I'm gonna skip that. UV gel, very robust, no lamination. Okay, let's go to the shelf. Typical retail application. What do you see here? Labels. This is actually a new way of doing labels on a self-adhesive paper. It's eco in two ways. It's eco-friendly, it's a paper-based application, and this is where the market is going to, and it's also very economical. Another way of doing labels is on a metallic film, very special effect. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Hot stuff. Okay, what do we have wobbling here? It's literally a shelf wobbler, printed on a plastic, fairly rigid type of rolled plastic. Typical supermarket application. Also, we're talking about new applications here. Packaging. Packaging is hot. Everybody's ordering stuff from the internet and getting it delivered into a box. A couple of ways to decorate a box. A label, of course. Self-adhesive paper that you put as a label onto it. But we also have here, this is like a really professional looking box, and this is printed on a Colorado. And how is it finished? Actually through litho-lamination. So the professional way of doing packaging. And our Colorado inks, 1630 inks, perfect, no cracking, conformable. Short-term application, remember that, short-term application, packaging, remember that. Okay, then we go to here. What do we have on the back of this chair? Decals. Everybody knows that. You can print on monomeric, polymeric, decals. Everybody knows that application. Okay, little restaurant scene, and I see a menu printed on a synthetic paper. Very robust, waterproof. Can't scratch it. And oh, this is something interesting. This is actually printed on Tyvek, special type of soft Tyvek. And all of a sudden, then we have a crumpled map. Yes, indeed, we can crumple it. And the ink doesn't come off. It's waterproof. This lasts for ages. Only possible with UV gel. It's unique that way. Okay, let's have a look at the tablecloth. This is a soft paper, soft wrap paper they call it, and it's actually very cheap commodity paper, and all of a sudden when you print on it, it becomes a high margin application. Unique, you can really upgrade the commodity material that way. You can make lots of money with personalizing your tablecloth. Okay, what do we have in the background? Wall decor, very popular application went through the roof last year, and the growth is foreseen to continue exploding. Everybody wants to decorate their bar, their restaurant, their hotel room, but also for personal spaces, interior. A couple of properties are very important. Okay, the colors need to stand out. The alignment of all the panels needs to match perfectly, and you're very welcome when you can actually see a hamburger, you can see a ketchup bottle, and then you can just spray it on there. And before you're thinking, oh no, he ruined the application, he ruined the decor. No, that's the power of UV gel and the Colorado 1630. Our ink is actually very scratchable, washable. You can take it off, you can sponge it off, you can scrub it with a brush. It stays intact. What do we have here? An overhead sign. This is how the industry got started, basically with signage. This is still how the signs are done. You print on a roll material and then you glue it onto a sign. This one is cardboard, typical for a supermarket, an overhead sign, but also to be used outdoor on Foamex or Forex material. Let's go over here. We have backlights, and I actually want to show you two ways of doing backlights. This is the more traditional way. This is printing on a film, and then there's light behind it. Traditional way. On the bottom here, we have actually a more modern way. This is actually not printed on a film, but printed on a textile. It's a very specific type of textile. It's a Samba, what they call soft signage or silicon edge graphics. So which is very stretchable textile. Our ink is also very stretchable textile. We stretch it around the frame. And what's good about UV gel, the 1630 inks, is actually the high contrast. So we have very high color, and also where you do not want to have color, where you want the absence of light, our ink is actually blocking the light very much. Unique. Okay, then we go over here to this wall, or at least a fake wall. This is a very conformable foil that you can actually heat, and that you can actually push it into these seams, and then you can actually push it into a brick wall. Okay. These are quite modern application. Now I'm going to show you an old-fashioned one, usually still done with analog equipment. It's blueback paper. These are the traditional billboards. I've actually soaked it in water and glue, and then with a little help, don't watch the alignment, you can actually stick it on there. Still very high volumes of this application being printed. This is blueback paper, and when we talk about paper, we talk about posters. And with the Colorado 1630 and UV gel, there's lots of possibilities. Posters are a commodity, but with UV gel they come out great. You can print uncoated paper, machine-coated paper, and the colors pop out. They don't look washed out. Very good. When we talk about colors and getting more arty effect, okay, we talk about canvas. Everybody knows canvas. You see they're stretched on a flame. What's important, colors pop out, and you can stretch the ink around the frame, it doesn't crack. Very robust, you don't have to handle it with these gallery white textile gloves. I'll leave it for there just a moment. Okay, let's go to here, and we come across my skateboard. Why do I show you my skateboard? Basically to explain vehicle graphics. I could not drive a bus in here in the indoor application, but basically this is what vehicle graphics is about. Our customers are doing that because the ink is very conformable, lends itself well to it. Okay, so we can cover fleets of trains, metros, buses, and they all have windows, so we need to think about windows as well. How do we decorate transparencies? Well, this is one example. It's a transparent film printed with UV gel, but there are lots of ways of doing that. You can also print on micro-perforated, perfectly possible, or also even window film, cling film. Here we are, and what do we have here? Cheap wrapping paper. This is brown craft paper. Basically, this is almost the cheapest paper you can buy, but if you personalize it, all of a sudden you have a high margin application. Cheapest paper in the world almost, if you personalize it and print it on high speed with the Colorado 1630, all of a sudden you have a very profitable business. I'm running out of breath. So this is the personalized paper, and you can actually finish it off with a label. Okay, we were talking about floor graphics, we were talking about printing on transparent material, and actually if you combine the two, we have a new application, and the customer thought us this. This is what he called floor tattoo. Our ink is so robust that you don't need to over laminate it, so you can actually print on the laminate itself. The laminate is transparent, stick it on the floor, on the concrete in this case, and all of a sudden you have a new application, floor tattoo. I'm running out of breath, and there's one last thing I want to show you. Printing actually on magnet. So this is magnetic film, and we finished it in two ways, high gloss, high pop, and this is the matte, smooth matte version. It's the same material, we just did it with flex finish. So this is magnetic material, and basically you can stick it in anything ferrous or metal. You can make your own fridge magnet out of it. So that was a lot of application in a very limited time frame. I'm running out of breath. I feel like I deserve the prize, and I got a prize. And what's this? It's another Colorado application. Basically, here a t-shirt. We didn't print on the t-shirt itself. We printed on the transfer paper, and that we then transferred onto the t-shirt. Stretchable, our ink, and also very washable. So that was it. I'm running out of breath. A lot of application. If I had half an hour, I could show you 100 more, but don't hear it from me, hear it from our customers. So that's what I suggest we do. We go now to our customers and let them do the talking, and let's take a look inside their shop.
Mijn naam is Marcel Aalbers, eigenaar van Designmakers. 14 jaar geleden ben ik voor mezelf begonnen en de hoofdtaken die we nu doen is interieur, signing, autobelettering, gevelreclame. En waar we onbekend staan is vakmanschap en kwaliteit.
Nou, ik ben Mathieu Mertens. Ik werk binnen Sync als productieleider. En ik ben daar verantwoordelijk voor de mensen en de machines in onze drukkerij.
Mijn naam is Bo Hag. Ik ben accountmanager bij Creative Colors. We zijn al ruim 20 jaar specialist in print en sign.
Ja, waar we de laatste tijd een verschuiving in gezien hebben, is dat we steeds meer in die interieurbranche bezig zijn. En dat zijn zowel panelen op de Arizona, maar zeker de behangen en de vinylen zeg maar op de Colorado. Die zijn echt gewoon super. Het grote voordeel is, zeker bij vinyl, je hoeft niet meer te wachten tot je het kunt lamineren als je het buiten wil gebruiken. En je kunt het eigenlijk printen en eigenlijk kan ik een uur later het al gaan plakken bij de klant.
De Colorado 1630 valt mij op dat die heel scherp print, constant is in kleuren. Als wij posters printen, dan is de eerste dezelfde kleur als de laatste. Voorheen deden we daar ruim een uur of 4, 5 over en nu heb je met 2 uur de complete batch gedraaid.
De 1630 past goed bij de filosofie van Creative Colors op het gebied van de kwaliteit. Bij Creative Colors staat kwaliteit hoog in het vaandel en de kwaliteit van de 1630 is heel hoog. Daarnaast past hij goed bij de snelheid van ons bedrijf. Het is een snelle machine. We kunnen snel schakelen en dat is wat wij binnen Creative Colors altijd nastreven.
Wij hebben op de Colorado 1630 diverse applicaties geprint. Dat is van posters tot spandoeken. En we zijn nu ook begonnen met een full-color print voor op auto's. We hebben de eerste bus volledig gewrapt en die resultaten die zijn ook tot nu toe naar tevredenheid.
Ja, de operators zijn er blij mee met de Colorado. Waarom? Omdat hij is heel stabiel. Dat betekent, we kunnen een rol papier erin gooien en als ik 50 meter moet printen, dan hoef ik daar niet bij te blijven. We laten die het 's avonds lopen en 99% zeker weten dat morgen vroeg die rol er gewoon volledig geprint in de opvangbak hangt, netjes opgerold.
We kijken niet alleen naar de aanschafprijs bij het kiezen van een nieuwe machine, maar ook naar de kosten per vierkante meter. En bij de Colorado 1630 zijn de kosten gewoon heel gunstig.
Waarom wij hem hebben genomen is puur innovatief is die. UV, je kunt een modulair opbouwen. Dat is toch wel een voornaam iets, dat je gewoon een basismodel kunt nemen en ieder moment dat je meer wil, dat je kunt zeggen van ik ga van glans printen, dat ik ook de mat variant erbij neem. Extra roloptie erbij En dat zijn ja, toch wel de pluspunten van deze machine.
De sterkste troef van de Colorado is de UV-gel inkt. De inkt is flexibel, dus we kunnen hem gebruiken voor heel veel verschillende toepassingen. Ik heb eigenlijk maar één printer nodig om een heel breed assortiment aan materialen te kunnen gebruiken. En het verschilt echt van magneetfolie tot flexfilm die we op de Colorado draaien om op t-shirts te persen, tot stickers en nu zelfs tot 15 verschillende soorten behang hebben we.
Ik denk zeker dat we met de Colorado 36 klaar zijn voor de toekomst. Je merkt dat het steeds kortere levertijden worden, steeds kleinere oplages, veel meer verschillende materialen en daar is deze machine gewoon perfect voor.
Nou, ik zie de toekomst bijzonder rooskleurig. Ik geloof erin dat steeds meer bedrijven met name hun sign- en interieuruitingen steeds verder uit zullen breiden en dat zal ook overslaan naar de particuliere markt. Daar waar wij ons nu nog niet mee bemoeien, maar ik geloof wel met deze machines dat we een concurrent kunnen zijn van de behangproducenten en gewoon behang op maat kunnen leveren door de Colorado 1630.
I hope we will able to show why the new Colorado 1630 is able to expand your horizons by addressing new business opportunities. And this is all based on the core values of UV gel technology. And if you would like to find more information, feel free to check our product webpage or send us an email because we will bring you in touch with one of our certified partners. And if there are any questions, please use the chat box. Submit your question, preferably in English, because we would like to answer as many as possible questions live. But also hang on for some extra minutes after the event if we will not manage to finalize them all, because we would like to come back to each of you in the chat box. So let's get ready for the questions and answers. Let's get started for the questions and answers. So let me have a look to the first question. What do you mean with modular design and upgradable remotely? That's a good one. So taking into account flexibility, we would like to offer you flexibility to the max. So that means that we have integrated the flexibility from the very first beginning. So that means you can start with a base model and then you can decide on the moment when you are ready to make use of one or more of the three options. And this even without any intervention from our accredited partners. So just remotely. And this is what we call being as flexible as possible. The Colorado 1630 is the new additional product next to the Colorado 1650, correct? But what is actually the difference in terms of quality? That's a good one. And I assume that the question is related to output quality. So the output quality, the print quality, is identical to the Colorado 1650, which means the same very high quality as its bigger border, but with the ability to print a massive amount of different media and according applications. And that all with the same beautiful quality. From a build quality, it's the same heavy duty industrial design and built to last, to run different applications and different volumes. When and where can we see this new printer? So our initial plan was to use the traditional trade shows like FESPA for the launch. But we don't want the market to wait, as we have received multiple times the question, hey, when is the little sister, the little brother coming? And we will take care that the new Colorado 1630 can be displayed at our certified partners in their showrooms from June onwards. What is the price level for the new Colorado 1630? This is the question which I expected. So the new Colorado 1630 has a recommended list price or recommended sales price of €36,000 for the base model, and for only a small markup you can get the complete configuration. And again, the complete configuration means that you can add the double-sided print option to print double-sided prints in a very simple way and with the most accurate registration. The second option is that you have the two-wall functionality so that you can load two different walls at the same time. And the third option is have flex finish. And that option gives you the possibility to print lovely glossy prints, but also velvet matte prints. And this all combined with the most economical inks with the lowest consumption in the market. Is the Colorado 1630 a light version of the Colorado 1650? For sure, it's a lighter version because in terms of functionality, but not in its parts. It's the same 700 kilo of steel that brings you robust productivity. But as I said, lighter with respect to its upgradable functionality, as you choose only what you need. And that makes it possible for all our customers to experience the benefits of UV gel even though you might not have huge print volumes yet. What ink is in the new Colorado 1630? So the Colorado 1630 uses UV gel 460 inks in 700 milliliter ink bottles. And refilling the ink while printing remains just as easy as before, of course. So to summarize, this ink is fast, it's instant dry, it's green and odorless. And this certified by 3M and Avery. So taking into account the time, this actually concludes the questions and answers for today. Please stay in the chat if we have not answered your questions yet, and we will get back to you directly in the chat box. So thank you for being with us today. Thank you for watching. Hope you find it inspiring and informative. And please feel free to visit our product page or send us an email, because we would like to get back to you as soon as possible and connect you with one of our certified partners. Thank you for watching and see you soon.